Good morning. Welcome to another day on earth. It is time for our daily tarot card reading. We look into the law of attraction, the oracle cards, the tarot cards. We get messages from A Course in Miracles. We clarify the tarot card spread and the oracle card spread. And then we get a message from the Rebel deck. All of this with the intention to help you focus on what you do want and not what you don't want, right? So I am feeling a little weird today, a little nauseous. I think it's some new antibiotic for my stupid sinuses, which have been bothering me, which I'm sure contributed to my awful performance last week. Because, I couldn't, no matter how much I drank it, it's all dry and it hurts and it's, I don't know, giving me a huge headache, right? So anyway, if I'm a little weird, that is why. So weirder than usual today will be weirder than usual. Let's just get it with the law of attraction message. Well, that was fast. I am not in competition. There's no competition for well-being. No competition for well-being. Competition can serve you if it stimulates your desire, but it can be a disadvantage if it hampers your belief in succeeding. In this unlimited universe, there is no need to compete for well-being, for your resources are unlimited. You may perceive a shortage, but it would be of your own making. And I believe I have this mindset, but it's like subconscious. Like somebody gets something and it means I can't have it. Not recently, but I feel like I had this when I was younger. Like, she got that, I can't get it. Like the jealousy thing is part of the jealousy thing. It's like just because she gets something doesn't mean I can't have something. Like she gets that and I don't. No, like I think that's something like the competition factor that we put into, but no, they get something, you be happy for them, and then yours comes sooner if yours didn't come yet, or maybe you're not appreciating the things that you have, but like there's no competition, there's no reason to be jealous, All right, so what are we talking about for the oracle cards? Hold on. In the past we have there's no place like home. Current energy. Oh, the oracle cards. This weirdo, the bard. We haven't seen him in a long time. This reminds me of a Virgo. I don't know why. Somebody who's a little bit eccentric, a little bit very weird. Like I said, the weirdo reading, like artistic, so artistic that they almost can't they may be autistic, but they just cannot think like normal human beings. They think totally different than us. A musician, a poet, an artist, something like that is in the current energy. And in the future we have this by the book card again, doing something by the book. Overall energy, the cat. So you have some kind of weirdo coming in. And you might know who this is. That right now it could be you. It could be you that you're not thinking right. You got to have these boundaries. I feel like right now for you, this confusion, either because of the way you're thinking or the way somebody else is thinking. This is not your average thinking here. So somebody's thinking like this, right? In the past, there's no place like home. They're comfortable. They're not changing. This person is very much at home with being this eccentric poet, musician kind of energy. So you got to do things by the book. Like I feel like it's because you're learning about this person, thinker. You're learning who they are. They're learning who you are, right? So it's like you got to follow the rules for a minute because you're trying to get to know this person or something like that, or trying to get in, a relationship or work with this person. They're just a little bit weird. So it's like, I feel like don't give them too much leeway by the book, right? Just because they think differently doesn't mean they can't do their job or they can't be in a relationship. Yeah, if it is a relationship, it's like, can they be in the relationship that you want? And maybe you weren't seeing that before, but now it's time to really think about it. Perhaps, they broke your heart or something. Sometimes when we get like a broken heart, we tend to make them look like, amazing, right? But this guy's not really too amazing. This guy's like a bard. So maybe focus on the reasons why this wasn't working in the first place, right? By the book. Notice the differences. These are really big differences between two people here. So either you're like this bard and somebody else is kind of like what people would call normal. I like the bard. I love the bard. Like, no, but people don't think he's normal because he's eccentric and he's artistic and he's not thinking like us, you know? So there's just something here about two people who don't really fit together. So by the book, it depends on if you're trying to separate from this person or get with this person. You got to do it by the book. You got to kind of follow the rules. I hope that makes sense because it's a weird message. A very weird message, Spirit. I'm trying to be good and write down the timestamps. Let's see. I forget every day. Every day I forget. All right. What is the tarot card message for us today? We're talking about the moon. We're talking about, see, it's confusion. I feel like it's confusion. This person can't see things the way that you do. And it could be like, you know, again with I keep every day helping my ex with his loan, and he just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it. Like, he can't even, like, he has trouble just like logging into his accounts and getting a statement or something, you know, like, it's just somebody's confused. And I feel like there is somebody who, it's almost like they're protective. Like, you're watching them, and I can think of this in somebody I work with too. It's like, you know, they're a little bit touchy. You don't want to hurt their feelings. You don't want to put more on them than they can because they're confused with the things that you think. There's two different ways of thinking that's confusing. Each one is confusing. So you only have to worry about your confusion. This is your moon. So there will be some kind of illumination to this energy. You, like, buy the book, just wait for it, or just follow rules. There's going to be some guidance here given to you that's going to help you with this moon energy. Just follow the rules. Just follow the rules. What's around this moon energy? The Hanged Man, waiting. All right. In addition to that, there's some waiting energy. So you might have, like, you're at a place like you got as far as you can, and now you're just waiting for something to come back, or results. You're waiting for results here of something, and you're in the dark right now. What is it that supports us today? Supportive energy. The Ten of Wands. You know, Ten of Wands was my outcome card. Was it recently? Is it today? Yesterday. So that's supporting you, though. There's so much going on. I feel like this is something else that you can focus on. This seems to be another person. But you have your own life. Like, you have things to do. Ten of Wands. There's other things that you can focus on besides this. What is in the past that's affecting us now? The Nine of Wands. Again, 9 to the 10. Something you were blocking. You're not blocking it anymore. It might be trying to change this bard. Maybe trying to change this person. That does not end well. No, you have to accept them as they are. Or even if for me, it's like, even if I don't like, see, I don't know why I'm coming up with this. If I don't like something and I'm trying to accept them, and I'm not being honest with myself, I'm not like that just doesn't go with who I am, but I'm going to stay because I don't want to break up with them. They feel that energy, you know, and it makes them want to break up with me. Like, they don't want to be unaccepted. Like, even if I don't say it out loud, they can feel it from me. Does that make sense? But, so this Nine of Wands, that was in the past. That's in the past. What is in the immediate future here for us today? Seven of Swords. Somebody lying. Maybe somebody in denial. Maybe thinking something's going to work out that's not going to. Seven of Swords. Somebody could be lying to you, or you're lying to yourself. Upcoming overall energy. The 7. Another 7. 7 of Wands. Another defensive energy. There's a lot of confusion here. Somebody might have done something that you don't understand. Maybe you were blindsided by it. But you're defensive and you're in denial about it. So how do you feel right now about this? The Two of Earth. Change. All right. So Two of Pentacles is about change. It's about being ready to change. It's about balancing things. So I feel like this is the truth in reality. Or the truth in reality? Your truth in reality, maybe. This is about like your illusion. No, it wasn't the Seven of Cups. I was thinking it was the Seven of Cups. This is about like what you, like maybe, again, I'm getting like you were blindsided by something. Something's blindsiding you. And you're just trying to balance. Like, that looks like this. But they're saying it's not. So like, what is it? And you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to balance these two perceptions, it feels like. How do they feel about you? Seven of Earth. We got 3 sevens, and I'm just feeling so much of the Seven of Cups. 7 of Earth. 7 of Earth. That is investing in something. They're investing in you. I'm sorry. I'm feeling really, really sick right now. The 2 of Earth and the 7 of Earth. So you're feeling like it's like you're both working so hard towards something. It's just like not fitting. It's not fitting. Not fitting together. So there's somebody here that you might have to work with or do something with. You don't really fit, but I feel like you still got to do it. You still got to do it. Or maybe there's whatever it is, like you either have to do it or you have to leave it. Somebody could have already said, 7 of Swords. Somebody could have already said, like, this isn't working, and you have to accept it, or you have to work with this person and you have to accept it. You have to deal with this person in some way, coming or going. I can't really tell if they're coming or going. So what is it that we have to get through? The Page of Earth. I fucking hate this card. Every day we get that fucking card. Page of Earth. Change of direction. But this is what we have to get through. Yeah, we got that as the outcome. Somebody's changed direction, yeah. Page of Earth. I do always get to say, I got this Page of Earth when the rock star was, I hate to say this, talking to somebody else. I kept getting the Page of Earth. Now, she was a Sagittarius. I know it now. But at the time, I didn't know it. That's why I hate this Page of Earth. So there could be somebody went in a different direction that you don't understand or don't like. And you're like, that's wrong. That's a wrong decision. That's a weirdo decision. But it's like you gotta deal with it. So again, the direction could be anything. They could be coming towards you, working with you, or they could be exiting. So what's the outcome for us today? 3 of Wands. See, this is something you manifested. It's still you're still manifesting it. It's just like not easy. It's just definitely not easy here. There's something you got to deal with, these widows. What is the challenge? The Messenger of Air. It's a message from someone. That's a challenge. We're going to clarify that. I didn't want to do so much clarification today, but we'll see. Overall energy, there's the Queen of Earth. I feel like that's you. That's you, Earth signs. That is like, you can do it. You are stable. I feel like this person isn't too stable. You could maybe ground this person. Like, you could find ways to ground this person. Or you could ground yourself to deal with this person. Like, you can just say, okay, I know what I'm doing. They want me to do all these weirdo things. I'll do it. And maybe it is subtly giving them that look like, this is not what I would do, but I'll do it because it's you. I'll do it for you, but this isn't the way. Like, we were in my first class last night, in my blockchain development class, the kid was like, he wanted to do something weird. Like, he wanted to do something he was being taught to do. He wanted to see if he could do it like this. Now, we're only on he's only on week 2 or something like that. So everybody's at different places, I guess. So, and Greg was like, why do you want to do that? I just want to see if it works, And he's like, okay, but don't spend too much time. You got to get to the next week. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, weirdo, do that. But remember, there's a curriculum. That's exactly what this reading is saying. But it's not talking about, well, it could be because my life is so boring. It could be talking about that. But this is about like you just accepting that somebody wants to do something weird, but also bring them back. Hey, but we're not going to make this deadline if you keep going that way, you know? And, me dealing with IT, totally, I get their mindset, but they can't get mine. They can't get to the accounting. And when I was introducing myself in the class last night, I said, I'm an accountant. I've always been in accounting. I'm like a CPA or anything like that. I've just always been in accounting. And when I was like 27, 28, I found databases and fell in love, and I've been just using databases. And Greg's like, an accountant that knows how to use a database, that is very rare. And I'm like, is it really? That's weird. Everybody should know how to use a freaking database. It's how I have all my power. So anyway, that's what led me here to blockchain development. So I don't know, there's something here about you gotta just keep following just don't forget, you can get off the road a little bit, but you gotta get back on the moon. The moon's guiding you. You could be this moon energy for another person. And like when you're in a relationship, who am I thinking of now? There is a relation. There is something where you can what? I don't know where I got this message, but it doesn't matter. It's just like you can either, if you love somebody, if you really love somebody, and you find all their weirdo quirks, you can either accept them and love them and help this person through life with those things, and not make excuses for them, but just help them interact with the world. Or you could break up with them. Do you know what I mean? It's like, if you don't love them enough to just say, oh, yeah, it's my aunt and my uncle. He was just, he was not a perfect person. She's not a perfect person, but they just loved each other so much that they would smooth out the wrinkles instead of making them worse. Does that make sense? The wrinkles of this weirdo-ness of each of us. Like Monica was such a weirdo on Friends. She had all these weird things that she did, and Chandler just smoothed them over. And she did the same for him. It's like, are you smoothing them over or are you making them worse? This is you have to smooth them over. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. All right. So, the wisdom from A Course in Miracles for today. Peace is the condition of knowledge because it is the condition of the kingdom. Knowledge can be restored only when you meet its conditions. Peace. Peace is the condition. We are looking for peace. If you don't have peace, you can't get the knowledge. So, because if you were focusing all the time, yesterday you got that card, don't focus on somebody, the bad things, don't try to change them, right? Peace is accepting these things unconditionally from your brother, from anybody, whoever it is, and making it work. And then there's peace. And then there's the kingdom of God. Knowledge can be restored only when you meet its conditions. So if you're fighting these things all the time, it's you're blocking out knowledge. You're blocking out the truth of why they're like this, and the truth of where you two want to go together. If you can't see where you're going, if you're just always standing still, freaking picking at somebody because they're a freaking weirdo or something. Do you know what I mean? So you want peace. Peace is the condition of knowledge. I keep thinking of Trump. I'm sorry, he dropped the F-bomb yesterday. I can't imagine. I just feel he's so frustrated trying to broker peace between Israel and Iran. And the whole thing is just so crazy to me, how people, Americans, are I stand with Iran. And they are talking about not the Iranian people, because they don't know there's a difference between the Iranian people and the regime that's controlling Iran right now. They are abused, they are murdered by their own leaders, Iranian people. So you stand with Iran, that because they were clearly trying to stand against Trump. And I don't want to be like, I know everything that's going on. I don't. I just have an Iranian friend who she tells me, she's been telling me since before Trump, I want him to fix it. Those people shouldn't be there. They're controlling us and they're doing all these things. And so I've known that. So when I see these people on TikTok, I stand with Iran. Do you even know what you're talking about? You would rather stand with terrorists than the President of the United States? I don't know what to tell you. So I don't want to get controversial. I just don't think people understand what is happening in Iran right now. You stand with Iran. Say, I stand with the Iranian people. Absolutely, I do. And I hope that they get out of the situation that they are in. It's awful. And they're welcoming bombs just to get rid of the regime. That's what I've seen. But, we all see something different. So anyway, peace. And I feel like he is honestly trying to get peace. And I hope he gets it. So the last thing I heard was that the ceasefire is kind of working better than it was yesterday, but I'm not sure. It's really early in the morning, 7:01. All right, what is the Everyday Miracles message for us today? Into his presence would I enter now. Into his presence. It's in your mind. You just say, you're acknowledging he's there and you're in his presence. Heads up, you're always in his presence. He's always with you. But when you want to acknowledge it, it's like you're entering it into your existence. You're acknowledging it and you're entering it. You're actually you're already in his presence. You're just acknowledging it. Does that make sense, right? Into his presence would I now enter. You can refuse to enter, but you cannot bar the door that Christ holds open. Come unto me, who holds it open for you. While I live, it cannot be shut, and I live forever. So Jesus is the door between the two. He's like the Holy Spirit's here, and then Jesus, and then God. It's like a tunnel, and that's the path. But they're all right here with us right now. And as soon as you acknowledge that and focus on that, that's when you're entering into the presence of God, into his presence, Spirit, and Jesus. And the Catholics talk about the Trinity. That's basically what it is. So that is true. That is true. There is somewhat of a Trinity. There's an order of things, It's in the Course in Miracles that it talks about that. And she was a Jewish girl, so it's very interesting that she didn't know about the Trinity, or she was. I don't know why she would, but she didn't know about the Trinity. But she wrote this book, Divined by Jesus, and it talks about this. You go through, so there's a bridge. Like we can't reach that level. So it's like a tunnel. The Spirit is like this tunnel. We can't get to that dimension, because they're in a dimension where there is no physicality. And the Holy Spirit somehow can be in the middle of physicality and non-physicality. So it is like a trinity. You need all three to connect to Spirit. And all you have to do is just consciously connect. All right. Why is there a message there? This message is a... Okay. The message is your challenge, the 8 of Cups. Somebody walked away from something in the past. Current energy, the devil. Well, they can't stop thinking about you. Maybe this person's trying to not think about you, but they can't stop. Maybe they do see the differences, but they can't stop thinking about you. And there's a message coming in about that. In the future, wow, the 10 of Pentacles. I feel like if you work with this person, it's going to be some kind of solid outcome. And your challenge is to do that. Strength. It's going to take a lot of strength. But you know what? If you're going to do it, you're going to do it. The devil energy. 10 of Pentacles. I feel like there's 2 people here that maybe can't stop thinking about each other. But somebody walked away. All right. In the past. Queen of Earth is here. I feel like that's you. Yeah, look. Wish fulfillment. You got your wish fulfillment in the past. 9 of Cups. Current energy of the Queen of Earth. The Hermit. Hermiting. Virgo energy. Both, again, an earth sign. So it's, again, you had your wish fulfillment. You're kind of like huddled with it. Ooh, and this is the piece. that gives you the knowledge. All right, you can't tap into your, I like when they're focused, into your intuition as well when you're in some situation that you're fighting, that you're defensive about, that you're in denial about, because your mind is using all of the ego stuff, all of the physical stuff, right? But when you get through that and see the truth of everything, there's no battle. There's no battle of your own, Def Leppard song. And it's like the knowledge just comes into your brain. You got to empty your brain, and then the knowledge comes in, because there's no fighting going on in your brain. Why is the Seven of Swords here in the immediate future? We didn't get we didn't get an overall energy. Oh well, I guess we don't get one. Sorry. Page of Pentacles. In the past, like I said, Page of Pentacles in the past. The Moon. See, somebody made this decision. Somebody made this decision, and it could have been something stupid, like going to see another person or something like that. It's confusing them. They could have gone towards what they wanted in the past, and now they're like, but I don't want that. I got it, but I don't want it. The Moon. In the future, the Hierophant. Look at that. Well, now they're committed to what they really want. And the overall energy, 8 of Wands, there's definite communication here coming up. 8 of Wands. Fast forward movement. Maybe a viral video for me. This is somebody coming. They could be air flight here. 7. I feel like I say that a lot. So, my 8 of Wands is not a card I usually get a lot. So, the 7 of Fire is here in the upcoming overall. See, somebody's seeing the truth of a situation. And in the current energy, oh, boom, Judgment in the Tower. Yikes. 2 very strong cards of enlightenment in the future. In the future, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, Earth. There's so much Earth energy here. Pentacles, it could all be about money. Overall energy, the 2 of Swords making a decision. This Knight is now moving towards a new destination, I believe. From the Page to the Knight. 2 of Swords making that decision. Now moving towards you steadily. Or you're moving towards something. This could be learning. What is the 3 of Fire? You're manifesting something. They're manifesting something. Ooh, we got the Fool, the Queen of Wands. There you are, in your power. And the Fool, ready. All that fire energy. Wow, that's earth and fire. It is like 2 opposites. One's grounding the other. Probably the earth sign is grounding the fire sign. Because I know I get along really well with earth people. And I'm a fire sign. So in the future, 3 of Wands, the world. Completion. You did it. You did it. You're mixing the 2. The world cycle has ended. And there you are again. Queen of Pentacles. Earth sign. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. That's, and the Ace of Pentacles. There's something here where you are becoming this Queen of Pentacles, and she is very generous. She's very good with money. She has enough to take care of everybody around her, and then some. Queen of Pentacles is where we're going. You're manifesting it. All right, so the cat is here. In the overall energy, Ace of Cups. New love in the past. New love, really? New friendship, new people, new hobbies, something new in the past you have to have a boundary with. Current energy of the cat, which is about boundaries. Knight of Wands. See, this is like, this Knight of Wands is coming in, and it's, Knight of Wands is like in and out. Judgment. But you're calling it out. Like, no more of that in and out energy. And it's like somebody comes back after they broke up with you, or they want to still be friends. I feel like you got to see that for what it really is. 3 of Cups. I am feeling like, this is just for one person in particular. I feel like there might be a third person that somebody might is not even considering is there. I feel like there's a breakup, but you don't know why, and I think it might be because of a third person, which is shitty. All right, the Bard is here. Current energy. I don't think that's for everybody. So 8 of Swords in the past. Somebody being stuck, yeah. Now, the Empress. See, this Empress knows how to deal with a bard. The Empress can deal with anybody because she deals with it with love, peace, understanding, acceptance, compassion in the future. We have the Six of Swords, moving on, smooth the calmer waters. I think this is a decision by the Empress. Like, I don't want to be stuck anymore. I'm going to just accept this person for who they are and move forward and see what happens. Again, with the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, third time. Wow. That's what makes you the Queen of Pentacles. Dealing with this bard in the right way. It could be just learning. Dealing with learning something makes you this Queen of Pentacles. So by the book is in the future. Two of Swords, decision made. Decision made. Current energy of by the book. In the future, by the book. I'm mailing out your cards today, Patricia. Two of Swords, the Emperor. Emperor and the Empress. Yeah. Two people accepting each other. Now this, again, does not have to be a romantic relationship. It's two people accomplishing something with the world. You will accomplish it. The Page of Swords. Communication. And the King of Swords. Okay, so that's better. So I feel like communication is strained for a little bit in the meantime. But King of Swords, it's like you figure it out. And then there's open communication. And nobody's afraid to talk to any. And like Eight of Swords to the King of Swords. Eight of Swords is like, I feel like I'm afraid to talk. I'm afraid to move. I can't move. I'm just trapped. King of Swords is like, I'm just saying anything. I'm going to say anything I want. And I feel comfortable doing so. I don't care about the outcome of it, right? So, whatever this, it's like feeling trapped because somebody is doing something that you don't quite understand, right? Or they're just, the way they're thinking is just something you don't understand. But for some reason, they're in your life and you're dealing with a situation with them. The situation will be successful. You will complete this, whatever it is. And it's about accepting them and all their weirdo things and balancing them instead of fighting them. Right? In the beginning, you're going to feel trapped, but by the end, King of Swords, you see clearly, it's like freedom. It's like really good. And those are the best relationships, the ones that you had to work towards. And because, they're solid. It's not based on la la la. It's not like, it's not based on attraction and the in the moment kind of thing. This is something two people decided to work on, and you can trust this person. That's like a solid foundation. 10 of Pentacles. Right? All right. What is the Rebel deck message for us today? Rebel deck message. See if I can get this done before my pool turns on. It's going to be any second. I've been in my pool last night around like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Oh my God. It was so amazing. It was almost like bath water, almost too warm because it's so freaking hot here. But still, I loved it. I love moving. Like just in the winter, as you're just so bound up. Summer, you're not. All right, what is the Rebel deck message? Get organized. Oh no, I can try. Shit is everywhere. I'm telling you, this is true. Get organized. I have to get my son to get out of bed and help me get organized because I am so freaking busy now. But yeah, get organized. Something to do to keep your mind busy, keep your mind from thinking about something. Like Brian, my ex, when he's stressed, he just starts cleaning, and he's stressed all the time, so his house is so clean. I go to his house and he's outside picking up shit off his lawn because his house is already clean, and I'm like, oh, we're so different. Maybe I'm the bard in that situation because I'm not like that. I wish I was, and he's like, no, you don't. Okay, I don't. That's the reading. Where did I go? Because I didn't clarify anything, and it's like same amount of time. Sorry if I talk too much. That's the reading for you today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you're having an awesome day and night wherever you are. And most of all, I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.